on, ladies and gentlemen? Holla at your boy. I'm back at you again, and we gonna get through this like we always do. No, they tried to get me to switch the files. Nice try. I almost clicked on it. I was trying to move that screen down. They almost got me, but not this time. But as far as last night, we were right about the Nuggets. I don't know. This series right here, it can go either way. It seems to go back and forth, back and forth. It looked like the Thunder took control, but now it's all tied up at 3 apiece. They brought it to a Game 7 just the way they wanted to, all the way from the beginning. I must admit, I didn't think it'd be a 7-game series, but if we go back to my previous videos, maybe I did say it'd be 7. I'd have to look back. But this is definitely the hardest series to call out of all of them. So in that case, that should have made me think it'd go 7, just because how tightly matched up these teams are. As far as the Thunder, though, they only had one guy that went off, really. And that was this man right here. SGA is the only man. He dropped 32. And then he had one other brother give him 19. Everyone else was lackluster, and that's why they lost. He got 3 guys to drop 10, and everybody else had under 10 points. So he didn't have anyone else step up with that brother. It's very hard to win in the playoffs against a defending champion in their own right with only one of your players showing up at home, too. Wait, no, never mind. They weren't at home. They were in Denver. So I'll give them a pass for that. But still, you got your foot on their throat. You got to stomp them out. You got to take the game. But now you get to go home and take care of business. But as far as the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon's still struggling. Michael Porter finally showed that he has a pulse since 2 years. The brother has finally shown up. Nikolai gives you almost 30. Jamal gives you 25, and he gives you 7 assists. Nikolai gave you 8 assists. You can't forget Gordon gave you another 7. So these brothers addition. You look at the Thunder, they had 25 as a team to 27. So both teams are really passing it around. The only difference is it's the main 5 guys doing it, other than Porter. Porter's never been a playmaker type. Then they had this Schroeder guy out of nowhere drop a 15 points. If this brother doesn't show up, the Nuggets don't win the game. So now it looks like they found someone they can throw in their rotation. Now all of a sudden, the Nuggets look that much better. All of a sudden. Now they have an 8th guy they can go to. A guy they didn't even look to before. So that is huge. They were only playing 7 really they can rely on. Now they got an 8th guy that just emerged. If he can do something like that again, I don't think y'all understand when you have bench players that can give you 15 points, that saves a series, that saves games. Who knows? Maybe the Nuggets have found something. Because I'm telling you right now, if Nikolai and Jamal can give you 30, 40 points, like I said is the formula to winning, it's going to be very hard to beat this team. Because you can't count on them other guys giving you nothing. They're going to give you something if Nikolai and Jamal give you 35, 40 plus points each. And then you know they're going to get you assists. So if those brothers can just get a line and in line, they can get it done. And they've been there. But we're going to call this game later. But I like that they finally showed some fight. But they were at home, so they had that crowd behind them. As far as the night, we got the Knicks versus the Celtics. And the Knicks are up 3-2, I believe. Yep. They're back in the Garden. But the Garden of Boston, not the Garden of New York. They'll be back there, I believe. Wait, let me think. Are they in Boston? I gotta think, guys. Yeah, because they put the away team on the left. Yeah, it says away Knicks left. So the Knicks are going to be away. And it's game 6. And then game 7 will be in New York, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know which way to go here, guys. I really don't. But the Celtics are at home. They don't even play better at home. But you got to think, though, when you look at the Celtics, guys like Drew Holiday, when Jason Tatum is in the picture, that brother is relegated to a corner shooter. And when you think about how this brother used to play for Tampa, or not Tampa, for the Bucks, Milwaukee, that brother, his game has been slashed into thirds. He doesn't even play the way he used to play. That brother is a playmaker. He's a slasher. He can shoot. He can do whatever you need. But they haven't asked him to do that. They've asked him just to shoot the ball. Now this brother, it's his time to shine. Guys like Derek White, it's his time to shine. Because now they don't got to stand around looking at Jason Tatum for direction. They can just play like a team. They look more like the Thunder do, and like the Bucks and the Pacers. They look more fluid in their motions. It's not one guy dribbling and 4 guys watching. Well, really, 9 guys watching, because there's 10 people on the field watching and playing. So I would say I'm probably leaning towards the Celtics to push a game 7, and then the Knicks will probably beat them in 7 because they might have a little much. But if Porzingis can show that he has a pulse and actually like ball, and Horford and those other guys I said, if Jaylen Brown could give you a solid 35 points, you get 30 points from Jaylen. You can get 20 from Derek White. You get another 20 from the brother over there, Drew Holiday. You feel me? And then if Porzingis can give you 15, 20 points, that's how you got to play. And you can win the game. And then you got your bench sprinkling in points. Guys like Pritchard, guys like Horford. Yeah, guys like that. You got other guys that can contribute and give you a little something. But if you think you're going to come out and just lollygag and think that these brothers are going to let you just do that in their home and you ain't going to give them your best swing, they going to send you home, send you packing. Because if you look at what they did last game, Karl Anthony Towns gave you almost 20, Brunson gave you 22. Josh Hart, like I always say, if Josh Hart's your leading scorer, you're not having a good game. And that just is what happened. You look over here, Derek White had a crazy, great game. You need him to do that again, 34 points. And then Jaylen gave you 26. These are probably your 2 best offensive players right here, Derek and Jaylen. Those 2 brothers got to give you another 30-point performance. Drew Holiday, you got to give him 20. Kristaps, we need more than 1 point from you, brother. Like, we need you to step up and give us at least 20. And Al can give us 10 points. And then we can ask Pritchard to give us something. And then you got Hauser to give you something. Cornette can give you something. But other than that, it's going to be a very tough game. I don't really trust the Knicks bench that much. And I don't really trust the Celtics, they have the 6th man of the year. So that's the one thing they do got going for them. So with that being said, the problem I'm feeling with this game is everybody's going to be picking the Celtics because of how badly they beat the Knicks. So everyone's going to be like, oh, the Celtics are going to win. And in that turn, it might just be the Knicks just come out and blow them out. Just because everybody's on the side of the Celtics. Because last game, everybody picked the Knicks, me included. And I knew that was going to bite me in the ass. And they might just do the same thing, run the same playbook. And let's see who has the point advantage. The Knicks are 2.5-point favorites, guys, to win. So people are probably going to slam that line because it's such a low line. But I'm going to go the other way. I don't care if I pick wrong. I'm picking the Celtics. I don't know. I just feel like they're playing more like a team. And the Knicks, they rely on Brunson. So if Brunson's on, the Knicks are going to win. If Brunson is mediocre to not good, the Knicks are going to lose. It's that simple. And that's always been the formula. But I think the Celtics could possibly give one more hearty performance at home. And then they go back to New York and probably lose in New York. That's what I think will probably happen. But who knows? I've been wrong plenty of times before. And I'll be wrong again until they kill me. But until that, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.